What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So we have some big news, some huge news, some great news. As undefeated, unified 3-belt WBC, WBA, IBF, welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, who is widely considered by many to be top 2 best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, if not number 1, definitely top 5, in Errol the True Spence Jr. 28 wins, no loss and no draw. 22 big wins by way of knockout. 32 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. Errol Spence today took to social media and he announced that all everybody needs to be concerned with and know is that he will be having a massive, mega, undisputed welterweight showdown with his biggest rival, an undefeated 3-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the reigning WBO, World Boxing Organization welterweight world champion, who is widely considered by many to be the number 1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and Terence Crawford, who has 38 wins, no loss and no draw, 29 big wins by way of knockout. He is 35 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. Errol Spence takes to social media and lets the world know that fight will be happening next. So Errol Spence said all everybody has to be concerned with is knowing that that fight is going to be taking place next, okay? And then he responded to undefeated lightweight star rising title contender Keyshawn Davis, who is trained by Brian Bomac McIntyre, who is also trainer of Terence Crawford. He's with Top Rank ESPN, and he's a protege, you know, a little brother to Terence Crawford. So they recently went back and forth where Keyshawn Davis was saying that, you know, Errol Spence was avoiding and ducking Terence Crawford, and that, you know, Terence Crawford is really about that life, to which Errol Spence, he had responded and said, yeah, he really is about that life. What you thought, that I was gonna hate on him? You know, no, he is about that life. That's why I want to fight him. So this is what Errol Spence had to say today. He said, quote, I don't need to lie to you. I don't throw shade. Your little cheerleading self is going to be heartbroken when I put your boy in the dirt, right? Then he put, end quote. Then he went back and he said, this is happening next. All you need to know. That's all you need to know, right? That it's going to be happening next. So, you know, according to recent reports, obviously, ESPN reported, and there's reports that look like Terence Crawford, Errol Spence is bleak, and it's not happening, okay? At least not this year, okay? So Errol Spence saying that it's happening next doesn't mean it's going to happen this year. There was reports that it could possibly take place November 19th. There was reports that it could take place, you know, September, October, you know, possibly December, January, February, you know, every month, you know, it seems like they're trying to secure a different date and location for this fight, okay? Terence Crawford, he personally told me himself that he personally told me himself that, you know, he agreed to all the terms, you know, 65-35 split in favor of, you know, Errol Spence Jr. He was willing to take no guaranteed money, you know, no back end money, you know, just, you know, take whatever he can to possibly make this fight happen, okay? You know, that's all the fans want, right? Because the fans want to see the best fight the best, okay? And you know, it looks like, you know, the fight was very gray, you know, not going to happen, you know, and you know, people want to see it, right? It's the biggest fight in the sport of boxing, okay? It's, you know, a fight in the welterweight division. There's never been 4 major sanctioned belt welterweight world champion in the history of sport of boxing. So history will be made when they finally fight, okay? And so, you know, the last time we had a welterweight fight this magnitude with this implications on it. Now you had obviously Oscar De La Hoya, Tito Trinidad was a big fight. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao was the biggest fight in boxing history. But with these types of implications and this type of legacy on the line, you know, accomplishment, things of that nature, the last time we seen this was September 16, 1981, when we had the massive undisputed showdown between legendary retired Hall of Fame iconic superstars now in Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy the Hitman Hearns. Okay, that was September 16, 1981, and it, oddly enough, it was a Wednesday. Okay, it happened on a Wednesday. Okay, and so that was the biggest welterweight fight, you know, and then you factor in, you know, that it's for undisputed. Now, at that time, it was just the WBA and the WBC titles. Well, now it's 4. You got the IBF and WBO introduced as 2 more major sanction belts. So at that time, it was only 2, the 2 major sanction belts. So now there's 4. Okay, the last undisputed champ we had was Zab Judah, and that was a 3-belt era. The WBO wasn't acknowledged as a major sanction belt. Okay, so with that said, you know, now there's a lot of implications. Tito Trinidad, Oscar De La Hoya, huge fight, but it wasn't for undisputed. Okay, and it was a huge fight, and the fight itself didn't necessarily live up to the billing, but it was definitely a very exciting fight. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, obviously we know that's the biggest fight in boxing history. Did 4.6 million pay-per-view buys. It did 600 million in revenue. Biggest fight in boxing history. Okay, but September 1999 was Oscar De La Hoya Trinidad. Oscar De La Hoya lost the fight. They both was undefeated. I thought Oscar De La Hoya took his foot off the gas. He was just outboxing Tito Trinidad. You know, and there was some big fights in between there, but none the magnitude of this fight right here. This is a can't miss fight, like Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns. I don't believe that you can miss on this Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight. I don't believe in the slightest bit that you can miss on this fight. I think it's can't miss. I think that both guys have a huge chip on their shoulder. Both guys are still in their prime. Okay, Terence Crawford is slightly older, 35 years of age, but he don't have a lot of wear and tear. Now, I will say this, both have been very inactive in the last going on 3 years. They don't fight in 2022. Errol Spence fought once in 2020. He had the 14-month layoff, okay, from the Sean Porter fight September 2019. He had the 14-month layoff. He came back December 5th of 2020. He fought Danny Garcia. He won that fight. Then he was out again. He was scheduled to come back August of 2021, but he suffered a broken or detached retina eye injury against legendary 8th Division World Champion Filipino superstar boxer Manny Pacquiao. So that didn't happen. He was pulled out that fight. He didn't come back until April 16th of 2022 this year when he fought Yordenis Ugas, who replaced him in the Manny Pacquiao fight and dominated Manny Pacquiao. So he fought twice since fighting Sean Porter in 2019. That's 3 years. For Terence Crawford, he fought once in 2020 against Kell Brook, once in 2021 against Sean Porter, and none in 2022. So both guys have been relatively inactive leading up into this point. So that could play a part. But as far as I believe where they're at in their lives and their careers, I think that they're at the height of their careers, and I think that this is super big. Okay, and I think that, you know, for sure, you know, that, you know, it's going to be major. And I think that Errol Spence being a big, strong, aggressive southpaw that's fundamentally sound, Terence Crawford having knocked out 10 of his last 11 opponents, knocked out or stopped 10 of his last 11 opponents, and more than that, I think he's 12-2 in his last 14 fights. 12 knockouts to 2 going to the decision, making it to the decision. So Terence Crawford is very aggressive, switches from southpaw to orthodox, power in both hands, extremely long, but he's considered a smaller guy coming up from 130, 135, 140, and 47. Errol Spence is a career welterweight thus far, right? So when you look at it from that standpoint, you know, they just both very aggressive, and I see no way, no form or fashion that this fight don't live up to the billing. I just can't see it at all whatsoever. I just can't see it. I can't see it a way in a manner in which this fight don't live up to the billing. I think that in the beginning, yes, it'll definitely be a chess match, and I definitely think that they'll, you know, be going back and forth and trying to fill each other out. But I don't think that's going to last for more than 2 rounds. Terence Crawford is historically a slow starter. Errol Spence is not. Errol Spence is very aggressive coming out the gate. You know, he's a historically fast starter, so the rubber's going to meet the road, point blank and period. And I can't wait to see it. So Errol Spence said that all the people need to know what's happening next, and he said that he's going to put Terence Crawford in the dirt. Now I'm paraphrasing. So let's see how it unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all in one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.